Folks, Marjorie Taylor Greene has absolutely had it with new Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson because last Sunday actually, Johnson agreed to a framework for a potential future budget that includes a bunch of budget cuts that Republicans had been asking for. Now, Republicans did not get everything they wanted in this framework. Neither did the Democrats. We have a divided government, Republican House, Democratic Senate, Democratic White House. So, yeah, there's going to have to be concessions from every side if you want to make a deal. And Mike Johnson, to his credit, actually understood that. And then Republicans got pissed off. They led a mini revolt last week where they voted down just a procedural bill that their own party brought. And then, of course, on Thursday, Mike Johnson had a meeting with these Republicans, said, hey, tell me what you want me to do. They said, we want deeper cuts. And Johnson allegedly said, okay, I'll make deeper cuts. He walks right out of the meeting, tells the press and says, hey, I didn't tell him I was going to do anything. So he's talking out of both sides of his mouth, which never a good thing. And Marjorie Taylor Greene got pissed off about this and had a total meltdown where she said this. When all reality outside of the bubble of Washington, D.C., regular Americans could care less about a shutdown because they view the Capitol, they view this town as the exact complete cause of all their woes. They don't care if it shuts down. They don't care if federal employees are not receiving a government-funded, taxpayer-funded paycheck. They want the government to get out of their lives. What we should be doing is we should be going to a limited functioning. So she's actively calling for a shutdown and admitting that Republican voters don't give a damn if millions of federal workers or hundreds of thousands of federal workers don't get paychecks and can't feed their families. Like, screw those people, right? Apparently, Republican voters think that that's totally fine that people can't feed their families. And as she says, these people want the government out of their personal lives. Huh. So I guess they want the Republican Party to completely disappear because you're the only party that is literally inserting yourselves into people's lives, into their sex lives, into their, education lives, into the daily, school business. Like, you guys are the only party that's injecting yourself into the personal lives of American citizens. But she continued, and here's where things get a little gross. If I'm Marjorie Taylor Greene, Speaker of the House, I finish the job in the House. I pass the appropriation bills, and then I tell Chuck Schumer in the Senate, it's your job now, buddy. But right now, Mike Johnson is getting rolled in meeting after meeting after meeting. Every day Mike Johnson gets closer and closer to this deal, brings me closer and closer to vacating the chair because I have absolutely had it. Okay. So she gets a little mad there at the end. She's like, I have absolutely had it. How dare he keep the government functioning, right? Because that's what you're mad about. How dare he keep the government from shutting down? You want a shutdown. You literally said that, like we should go to limited functioning, which is a partial shutdown. Mike Johnson, not being a complete idiot, unlike Marjorie Taylor Greene, understands that, hey, we're in election year. Right? Okay, there's no doubt about that. We're not doing well. The Republican Party is hurting for money. State Republican parties are literally going bankrupt, on the verge of being evicted from their state headquarters because they can't pay their rent. So we're already at a huge disadvantage. If we shut down the government, we are screwed. We will get hammered in this year's elections. Mike Johnson understands that. Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't care about it because she's in a safe Republican district filled with some of the dumbest people in the country. Sorry, y'all voted for her several times now. I'm not going to be nice. But it's that part at the end, right? She's considering vacating the chair. And then she says, well, if I'm Speaker, are you throwing your hat into the ring? Are you saying you want to do this? Because honestly, as horrible as that would be for the country for the next, 12 months, it would be the greatest thing in the world for this coming election. If Marjorie Taylor Greene becomes Speaker of the House, congratulations, Democrats. Keep the Senate, retake the House, and keep the White House. So, choice is yours, Republicans. Marjorie Taylor Greene's laid out what she wants. Question is, y'all going to give it to her and throw everything away? Or are you going to keep the government functioning like adults and actually do your jobs? We'll have to wait and see. Hi everyone, this here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.